Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Timeout Tuesday with Elizabeth Yeager. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. And this morning, if you were in Sydney, you would see that it's rather wet and windy. We have what they call a bomb cyclone, which sounds terrible, doesn't it? But apparently what's happened is a low has formed and around the two highs, and it's going to dump lots of rain on us in the next couple of days. It's dry at the moment, so that's good. When I went walking this morning, it wasn't, but that's it. So welcome to the 1st of July. Don't often get to speak on the 1st of July. Now today I'm going to show you Layers of Beauty. I'm a bit behind in getting this stamp set. I have only got it recently, although it was in the previous annual catalogue. So it's returned in the present catalogue, and I thought, I've always wanted it, but I just didn't get it. So anyway, I'm going to show it to you today. So I'm going to get the camera around the other way. Now this is the big stamp that they've got. Okay, so it's this one here. I think you can see that big one. And then it's got some sentiments and a few small stamps as well. And then, as well as that, there are some dies, including this big one. Okay, a really large one there. I'm just going to pull this little bit of washi tape off the inside because I might need it later. Though I have my washi tape there, but that's... So you can see that we've even got a little label that you can use as well in the dies. Okay, we also have what they call masks. Now, if I'm going to use this large stamp, I find the Stamparatus is brilliant. You'll notice that my magnets, some of them are really small. That's because they got together and I couldn't get them apart, and they broke as they went together. So just to let you know that keep them apart. They're rare earth magnets. I have to be careful because I've got a pacemaker. Keep them a little bit away from that. But I've got those down. And if I'm going to stamp something big like this, I will stamp it first of all on the paper. You can see I've done that. And then I would put my piece of cardstock. Let me get a piece out just to show you. Yeah, I'd put that so I would know where to lay it, okay? So I'd probably lay it about there, and then I'd put my magnets on and make sure that it's nice and firm. And then I would check to make sure that it's all within the, and I might move it a little bit more. I might move it down a tiny bit. Yeah, that's much better. So that it actually is all in this. So when I stamp it, because first pass when you stamp, sometimes it misses, the edges. So it's good to be able to stamp it twice. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm just going to take that away. I did that. I'm just going to move that magnet down so that the stamp. So that's, if you've got a Stamparatus, that's a really good thing for large stamps, or even if you're doing lots and lots of the one thing. So this is what I stamped the other day. This here, and I stamped it in crumb cake because I am just going to use crumb cake today. Now, I've done a little bit of prep this morning. The masks look like this. Okay, you've got like a sheet, a plastic sheet, or I don't know what they call it, and you basically put it on top. Now, on each of these masks, there are numbers. So there's 1, I've got 2 and 3 mixed up, 2, 3, 4, 5 masks. And you start with number 1. And you'll notice that up the top of the mask, there's a tiny little groove in here. Can you see just above the number? I have taped this down with washi tape so that when on a piece of paper, I won't be needing that outside bit. So this is to help me place the mask. So I'm going to place it so that this little V is up there. and then I know that it's in the right spot. Now, let me get started. Got my crumb cake here. So I'm going to mask this first. This will be my second card today. Just get it into place. That's it. Now I could put some washi tape on it to hold it in place like that, and just make sure I've got it in the right spot. Because sometimes it can slip. I just want to make sure it's right on top of the flowers. That's better. Okay, so I'm just going to, now I'm going to do all of this in crumb cake. I want to show you the effect that you get. So I'm just going to use crumb cake. My first pass over is fairly light. It does color some bits of it, not all of it. Okay. Just make sure I've got. Okay, so that's my first mask. Set that out of the way. Mask number 2. Now, when I want to do mask number 2, I just place it back where the other one was. And there you go. See, it's in the right spot again. Okay. Pop that there. I've got a little bit that's sticking up. Okay, just make sure that that's straight. Just bring it down a teeny bit. I'm going to do it again in the crumb cake. This time it's going to be darker, but it's going to cover slightly different parts of the rose this time, and the flowers. I'm just making sure that I cover it all. This is a monochromatic card, so it's all going to be in crumb cake. And a little bit in there. And I'm pretty happy with that. Yep. So let's take that one off. You can already see the dimension that it's giving the roses. Okay. Then I've got number 3, and it's going to add another layer. You see, because I've got the bond card tape down, it makes this very, very easy. I just have to line it up, place my masking tape on it, get my crumb cake, and this time just make sure that when you've got little holes that you can make sure you cover them. Okay, so that the ink gets into all of them. A little bit more down there. So you can see that that's 3 layers on the roses. Now, when I take this one off, set that there. This is why I put it in paper, because you can see already that the flowers are getting some dimension. Now, the next one is the leaves. So I'm going to number 4. Just make sure I've got this in the right spot. You know, it's really hard if you haven't done this, because it can be very tricky to find out where it goes. So there we go. Put that on. Get my crumb cake again. And this time I'm going to do the leaves. See, this is a piece of the puzzle that I haven't done yet. Just want to make sure I get up to the corners of the leaves. Okay, now take that one off. And get my last one. You can see already it's starting to come to life. And my 5th one is just going to add some detail to the leaves. So let's get that together. And that together. I reckon that's about right. Okay. And having the little groove there and having it marked with a pencil on the piece of paper is so good, because you just know you're in the right spot. So I recommend doing that. And I'm going to put a fairly strong layer of crumb cake on this one. So make sure I get in, because it's a lot of little bits, this one. So I just want to make sure that I get into all those little nooks and crannies that are around. I think that's probably it. Now, when I'm finished, I would normally take my masks and wash them off, which I'll do after I've finished today. But let's take this off now and pop it up there and close my crumb cake up. Now you can see that we've got the beginnings of our card. Okay, now I can take it off this sheet. Let's put that there, and let's get that one off. And because I've just got a scrap piece of paper here, it works very, very well. It doesn't matter if I don't get the mask completely off, but or the masking tape off, because it's actually going to cut around that. So I've got my Stampin' Emboss machine here, which I will put down. Might have to put it maybe this way, just to get enough room. Here we go. All right, so let's get my plates together. Okay. So I've got like 1, 2, and 3. And I've got my card. And I'm just going to keep that masking tape on it, okay? The reason for that is because I want it not to move when I put this on, okay? So I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to have to stand up just to make sure that I've got it exactly in the right spot. So excuse me for doing that. Looks pretty good. And I might use this little bit of masking tape that I had here on the bottom corner of the die up here, just to hold that die steady in place. And then I've got my top plate. And put it in. And I'm going to roll it through. So you can see that it's come out the other side. And let's have a look at how that looks. I'll just move this all out of the way. Again. Now, I can take the flowers out of the mask, or out of the die. And there we go. That's the scrap bit. You can see, and I'm left with the flowers. Now, I can also, at this stage, or even later, highlight these flowers so that they've got a bit of sparkle to them. Just going to do it to the roses. There are 3 roses. You know, roses are one of my favorite flowers. I love that they would last a bit longer. Carry them on my wedding day along with carnations, but I just love roses. I love the beauty of them. And I'm going to do the little flowers as well. So there's like a little daisy up here. Sprig there, one there, there's one there, and one there, and one there. And there's a little bud there as well. I've got that one and a couple of little buds there. All right, so that's all I'm going to do to that. So I've got my crumb cake base, And I'm going to leave that aside for a few minutes and then I'll come back to it. Okay, let's do really our, I suppose it is our first card today. I'll just get myself organized. I have in here hiding. I have cased Beth Roy today, and here we go. This is one that I did earlier. Beth Roy is a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the US, and when I saw this card, I wanted to use my everyday arches, and I thought that this was perfect card to make. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be the front of my card. So I've got 3 layers. This is going to be the middle of my card, and this is going to be the back bit, and you can write on it. Can you see that? Okay, so let's put this together really quickly. So I'm going to put the top 2 layers together, and I've got lots of little these Stampin' Seals today because I think I'm going to run out. They're all showing quite bright red, which tells me they're getting close to the end. So I've brought an extra packet in just in case. So that's that one. And then I'm going to put this. So I've done a lot of prep beforehand because I've got to go up to have my probably a shot for my osteoporosis this morning. And if I can get this done before we go. So that's the first part of the card. Second part of the card, as I say, once you've done the prep, it doesn't really take that long to put together. Just center that. And you can see I've done this one in Timid Tiger and Peach Pie. Peach Pie, and then Timid Tiger is the darker one. And I am setting it on Cloud Cover and Secret Sea, which are 2 of our new colors this year, which I love these 2 colors. They're probably my favorites at the moment. I love the Secret Sea because it's not quite as stark as navy, but it's just beautiful. So let's do the last bit. And I used a bit of pecan pie in the middle of these flowers, but left them white. So when I did this one, I was very careful to cover the little flowers when I was doing the roses to make sure that they didn't get contaminated. And then we've got this. You can see, if you look, you can see the red coming up. And then I'm going to put this in the card. Okay. Now this is going to be my back for my card. Okay. What I'm going to do is layer all of these on this. Okay. So I'm going to layer it so that it can stand up. Okay. So what I shall do is I'll do this. I might do the middle one first. Yeah. I might do the middle one first. Okay. So this is my middle one. It's got a bit less than the other one. I want it to be right centered. Like so. Then I need to move it just a little bit to the right so I can get that to fold. Okay. So I've done this right, this measurement. There you go. Okay. Now, this one, which is the front of the card, I'm going to stick on top on this bit. So let's get tape on that. And I want it to be exactly on top of the other one. So I'm doing it while the card is closed so that I can get it in the right spot. Move it down a little bit. Okay, so that's the front. Now I'm going to do the back. And the back, don't get tricked. You don't do it on that. Okay. I probably should have made my card a little bit bigger, but that's okay. This one looks like one side is just a little bit wider than the other. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that back like that and put tape on this. Haha. Number one's finished. Let's try another one. And I'm going to layer it again, matching the middle one. I did measure it before, but I probably just put it on a slightly different angle. So there's my card. Okay, you can see that I've got quite a bit on this one, not so much in that one. And this one I've stamped in the Secret C. That one shouldn't be overlapping that one. So I'm going to pull that one off for a moment. Put it just about there. That's it. Should just be touching so that it closes. Okay. And I can see what's happened there. It's because of the middle one. I will put back where it was so that they're all even. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you can see that that's our card. Okay. Just need to watch my measurements there. So that's card number one. Okay. Card number two is the one that I was doing the masking for. So I've got a crumb cake base. I have, this is a finished card here. Okay. And I was going to bring in my ribbon maker, but I didn't. I hope I've got the ribbon in here because if I don't, it looks like it's fallen out somewhere. Might have fallen out in the works. So just a little brown ribbon that I made up, and it might be still on my bench top. That's okay. Oh no, here it is. It's fallen on the ground. It's the same color as my floor almost, so it blends in really well. This is my little ribbon that I made. So I've got a piece of white cardstock that is embossed with the plaid, and it's going to go on the outside of the card, like so, just to give a little bit of effect. That one's finished. Let's get, this is a really nice embossing folder too. Okay, put that on so it fits there. And then I'm going to put my roses on, and I'm going to put them on dimensionals. So let's get the dimensionals and my scissors hiding in here. Got a few cut, should cut a few more. So finish this little sheet off. Okay. And I'm going to put them on some of the extremities of the layer. There we go, one there, one down there, one stuck to my finger. I'll put one on that one on that one. I think I might put one there, and maybe one more there. Okay, now let's take the backs off. Now I could put, I'm not going to put a sentiment on this today. The reason is that I haven't decided what I want, who I want to give it to, but I want to leave it so that I can put a sentiment on another day. So sometimes I do that. So here we go. And then I'm going to place this on the card. On the top. Okay. And then I've got my sentiment. Well, I'm putting this on the front, which is love. Okay. And you'll notice that I am going to put it on a couple of dimensions on this, or at least one, maybe two. this side. But I'm going to put tape on the other side. And there's a reason for that, is that this is already on dimensionals, so I want to keep it moved up. So I think I'll put that right there. I didn't bring in my glue dots, but this is okay. I'll use a bit of glue. I made this little bow. I've got a bow maker, and it makes, I'll show you next time how to make it. This is actually the crinkled white ribbon that I've colored pecan pie. You can see it. It looks really cool, doesn't it? And you notice it's slightly different color to this one. I think I did that one. I'm not sure what I did that one in, but I'm going to do this one in that. So let's put a dot glue on the back of it. Well, actually, you know what I might put? I might put a dimensional there. I might have to get some more, but I'm sure I have some there in my bag. Okay. Oh, they're all sticking together. I've got to put it on there like that. And put that one back. One stuck to the other one, which sometimes happens. And both have stuck to me. Okay, so I'm going to put my bow just there like that. And then I've got some I'm not sure whether I want to put these on it. Actually, I put pecan pie on that one. I think I'm going to put some of these gold flower accents on this one, just to be different. And you see here, so pretty too, in the annual catalogue, I believe. I'm going to use some of the small ones. Use one up there. Might use one down there. And when I see my box for my dots, I know that I need to order some because I'm almost out of those. So there I've got 3. I put 5 in the other one, but I've just put 3 on this one. Inside, I can put this here, and I could even put another rose on the inside. So I'm just going to put that. Notice it's got a mark on it, and just a little mark. So I'm putting that side down, okay, because there's 2 sides to your card. And that's the second card. Okay, my third card today. So that's my own design. Okay, no, so this one is Beth Roy. This was my own design. This is the second card, and the third card I've got, I actually did in gold to show you the effectiveness of that. It's hiding here. Okay, so what I've done is I've done a little bit of prep for this as well. I've got my white base. I've got a piece of gold distressed paper. I have embossed, I've actually cut this with one of the borders, and then I embossed it with the exposed brick. And that's all going to go on the card. So I'm going to do that first on the front. So let's get that and that. And I'm going to leave just a little bit of space, top and bottom. Just keeping an eye on the time. And then I'm going to put my exposed brick on. And this is one that I made it. Got the idea of the embossing from someone else, but this is my own design. This one. So I've got that. So that's looks beautiful, doesn't it? And then I emboss the roses. And this is where the Stamparatus comes in really well, because this is Versamark. And sometimes you have to stamp it a couple of times because it doesn't pick up. So that is going to go on. I think I want to put it the other way. I want to put it the same way as I did the other one, like that. And I'm going to put it on some dimensionals as well. Use up this last lot of this. I've got a big one. I'm going to put that one in the middle, and that's that pocket finished. And I've got some more here. One there, one there, one there, one there, and a few on the other side. Maybe one there, one there. How many more does it need? Maybe one about there. Okay, let's see how that goes. And I will use those gold accents for this one as well. So I've got the back of those. I've got card number 3. And I'll quickly, I probably won't have time to make the 4th one, but I will show it to you what I was going to do. So I'm just going to put that on like that. Isn't that pretty? And I've got down here, you make my heart smile, and that's going to go on the bottom. So let me get some dimensions for that, because I'd like to put those right across this so it sits out. There. Here. And one at the end. So it can sit. Oops, someone's lost it. Okay. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So it's going to go across this like that. Okay. And then I made myself a little bow from gold, some gold trim. And I'm not sure where I want to put that. Tell me. I want to put it on the card, but I'm not sure where. Maybe if I move this a little bit over, right over that side, I can put it on here, like that. No, I don't want it there. Put it up here, I think, just there. And I will put a dimensional on that. So I cut up some ribbon that had a gold strip in it that's retired. And then I used some gold twine stuff to do. That's better. And then I've got my little gold accents. And I want to put those on top. Okay, so I'm going to put a big one. Just want to come off my finger. Big one up there. And maybe a small one here. And another big one down here. So that is, so you can see those are sort of in muted colors today. But I did do one in pink. I think was the pink one that I was going to do. Yeah. And I'll show you how I did that. Okay, so that's another one. And I've got like 2 minutes. I'll show you how I did this one, even if I don't get it all put together. So I've got a piece of bubble bath and insert. So I'll put the insert on first. That's the easy bit. Okay, stick it on the inside. Okay, now I've got a piece that I have used. Was it distressed? Oh, I can't remember what that is. That one. I'm going to stick that on the front, and it's a full length. So tile. I think it's a tile one. From memory, it's like a tessellated tile type thing. Let's get it right out to the edge. Like that. And then I've got some of the roses that I've coloured in. And I'm actually going to put these on the card on top after I've put this beautiful ribbon on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it there, round, and I might put just a teeny little bit of tape just to hold it in place. I just wanted to go over the where the seam is. That and like that, and then tie it in a bow down here. I love this one. It's very, very simple. And this is one that I did case, and I can't remember who it was. But I think she had done hers in lemon, and I want mine. I want to do a pink one and a lemon one. Okay, so I've got my ribbon and put it round and up. And I lost that end. Let's try again. See if I can get it this time. It keeps wanting to disappear on me. Let you come. Still not wanting to do it for me. Let's make it a little bit bigger so that I can just make sure I've got the right side of the ribbon. There we go. Because once I've got it on, I can make it smaller. See? And then I can cut it to be the right size. And what I'm going to do with these is I've got 3 bits of roses. This one's going to go up the top, and I'm actually just going to glue it right down on that. So get a bit of tape on it and a bit down there and set it so that the edge is right up there. Now, one of these I have planned to put on the bottom. Not sure where. I'll put it there. I think that would work right there. Not sure if that's the one I wanted to put there, but that's okay. So happens when you've done with quite a few days in advance. So I just cut a piece out of the die, and I want to try and get a little bit of tape on that so that it sticks a little better. Okay, now inside I've got this beautiful rose, and I'm just going to put it down here. So let's get just a bit of tape on it. There we go. And I would probably put a sentiment in there, and I've got some pretty little pink. Dots to put on it. Got 3 there that I'll put on for now. And that's it. So that is another one that I did. And I have it in lemon as well. Yeah. So this was my lemon one. And what I was going to do was the same thing. That was going on the inside. That was going here. And that was going on the card as well. But I'm not going to take time to do that one. I also can do, and I'll just show you quickly, is I colored this one in. I'm not totally happy with the coloring, but because it bled a little bit. I learned a few more tricks since I did this one. This is just doing the roses in yellows. There's the other rose for that other one, the pink one, the yellow one. Yeah. So I was going to put this in the front, and I think I had, again, a little bit of embossing to put on one side. So I was going to be very similar style to this one, but no ribbon on it, just like that. So that's another idea. I love the lemon too. Um, you know, it's amazing when you start to do these roses how addictive it is. So let me show you very quickly what we've got. We've got this arch one, so that one. We've got this one, which is crumb cake, and that's what the one that I colored in this morning, and the little bow. And then we have this one, which I love too. Open it up. The gold on the edge is beautiful. And then I've got one that I've just used pink for. So that's layers of beauty this morning that I have done. And I'm going to have to love you and leave you because I've got to be up at the doctor's at 10:30, and I want to go and get organized for that. And I hope to see you next week again, and enjoy what we're going to do next week. I can't remember what we're doing, but I know we're doing something exciting. So, yeah. So, I hope you've enjoyed that today. I went out for a walk this morning with the dog, partly to get the dog to go to the toilet. And yeah, I got a bit damp. But anyway, that's okay. We love her very much. She's fast asleep on the settee over here. Um, she's been with us a month now, and I think she's wormed her way well and truly into our hearts. So might show her to you next week when Honey's awake. But she's sound asleep at the moment. So okay, take care, everyone. If you're in Sydney, I hope you can stay dry. We're still dry, but windy. So take care. All right. See you then. Bye.